Welch, the longtime actress, international sex symbol, and Golden Globe winner, has died. She was 82 years old. Her manager confirms to People that she passed away peacefully early Wednesday morning following a brief illness. Welch's legendary career spanned over 50 years and included countless film and television appearances. Sally grew rich at a feverish pitch. Sables and diamonds, she had 'em. Welch was born in Chicago in 1940 to a Bolivian-born engineer and his American wife. She made her film debut in 1966 with breakout roles in both Fantastic Voyage and 1,000,000 Years BC, which cemented her place in the industry as a Hollywood bombshell. Behind the glamour, Welch was a hard-working single mom whose career helped her raise 2 children after she split from her first husband in 1964. In 2010, as she celebrated her 70th birthday, she told People, quote, "I never thought life was going to give me something for nothing." Welch is survived by her son, Damon, and her daughter, Tani.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Viral, as we talk about the legendary actress Raquel Welch, who sadly passed away at the age of 82 this past week. Join in the conversation, use the hashtag Viral here on Connect, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Yes, we're talking about legendary film actress and 60s sex symbol Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch was known for her looks, her beauty, her charm, and her charisma. Let's look back at Raquel Welch's life story. Take a look.
The sensational star discovery of this or any other year.
The preeminent siren of an explosively sexualized era, Raquel Welch brought savvy and a sense of humor to her reign as an undisputed screen goddess. Appearance in 1996's 1,000,000 Years BC onward, her status as a bona fide bombshell was a truth universally acknowledged. She'd even be on the wall and worshipped in the Shawshank Redemption.
What say you there, fussy britches? Feel like talking?
Earlier, she'd vamp it up with a knowing wink on 1970s variety series, like Sonny and Cher. And go to Vietnam to entertain U.S. troops as part of Bob Hope's USO shows. More than a poster or pinup, she'd be comic in Richard Lester's The Three Musketeers. Play a feisty roller derby queen in Kansas City Bomber, and delight younger audiences in Fantastic Voyage.
We're going to see things no one has ever seen before.
Yet, like Marilyn Monroe before her, Farrah Fawcett, and Pamela Anderson after, life as a fixture of male ardor meant being seen, but not being heard.
I knew I wasn't her, the lady in the doe-skin bikini. That person, that Raquel Welch sex symbol lady, whoever she is, she didn't have a voice.
Still, she'd surmount leering talk show banter to triumph on Broadway in Woman of the Year.
What kind of problem?
And in the 1990s, receive her flowers on Seinfeld.
Mrs. Wyndham Vandermark?
And in the 2000s, in Legally Blonde.
So, you found me.
Reese Witherspoon among those paying her homage, saying, "I loved working with her on Legally Blonde. She was elegant, professional, and glamorous beyond belief. Simply stunning. May all her angels carry her home." Born Jo Raquel Tejada, child of a Bolivian-born dad, she'd tell her own story at last in a 2010 memoir, sharing her saga with Robin Roberts here on GMA.
Well, we're listening to you loud and clear, and you have been about beauty, about glamour, about fitness. This is something that is very important to you. I don't want to wait too long before I say, some things that I'm thinking and knowing about and experienced. I want to go ahead and tell what I know, and what happened for real.
Raquel Welch died Wednesday at the age of 82 after a brief illness. Those eager to honor her could perhaps do so not just by looking, but by listening.
Raquel Welch, what a life. She had a life story. Unfortunately, she passed away at the age of 82 years old. Man, Raquel Welch lived a long, valid life. 82 years old. She was still kind of very young. 82, man. Yeah. What I can recall seeing Raquel Welch was like from the 60s movies. Her dancing with Bob Hope and the rest of them. Her beauty, her grace, her charm was out there. She was a beautiful woman. And she still looked beautiful throughout her later years. Unfortunately, how that went down and stuff. Alright. Let's hear what you people had to say and your reactions to the passing of Raquel Welch with What the People Say. Take a look.
I'm devastated. I'm shocked. It's almost surreal that, even though it sounds superficial, she was just such a beautiful woman that she's dead. She's gone. She just had so much energy. The first few movies they made, everybody laughed at her, thought that she wasn't going anywhere. And you know what? Raquel showed the world. She's brilliant, she's smart, and she's also beautiful. And I'm deeply, deeply sad. Very sad.
Everybody knows she was a knockout, you know? Seemed like a gentlewoman, but, you know, she was just a gorgeous Hollywood icon, undoubtedly. So, very interesting, you know, but very sad to see her go.
Well, we have some sad news to report this hour. She was one of the most iconic symbols of the 60s and 70s. Actress, model, and singer Raquel Welch has passed away after a brief illness. Welch's entertainment career spanning decades, appearing in movies like Fantastic Voyage and Bedazzled, winning a Golden Globe for her work in the 1973's The Three Musketeers. The legendary bombshell went from a former weatherwoman in San Diego, California, to international star of film, TV, and stage, saying in a 2012 interview, "This was not my plan, but if it works, I'm thankful for this gift of life. If you don't appreciate what you've got, then you'll never, ever going to be happy." Raquel Welch, who changed the kind of roles women could get in Hollywood, passing away at the age of 82. ABC News contributor Mike News is here to talk some more. I'll tell you, she was quite the legend. We were sitting here in the studio just talking about the iconic figures, so to speak, from decades past of the 60s and 70s, and she is one that did a lot not only for the industry but for charity as well, Mike.
She did, and I think the way you just outlined her life was such a great tribute to her. You know, every now and again you have a person who passes away, and there's moments when we look at this one and we celebrate the life that she lived. As you mentioned, she was groundbreaking. And you look at that movie, 1 Million Years BC, where she was really notable for wearing that deerskin bikini. That really changed what women could do, right? When you think about women's empowerment, when you think about women's liberation, you know, women owning their body and owning their agency, she was doing it before we had words to describe it in terms of what she was doing. She was iconic. She got the Golden Globes for her turn in The Three Musketeers, right? And what I've been really noticing is the way that they're paying her tribute, and they were talking about the natural beauty that she was and that she embodied. And it's really great to see people recant stories when they first got introduced to her and when they went to see her in the films with their parents. And so this is a life that we're going to celebrate for her being this incredible trailblazer. And also, too, she defined what a Hollywood bombshell looked like. You know, she received awards and recognition from Playboy and from Empire magazines for being someone who was just notable as this Hollywood bombshell. And so she was one of the originals that really redefined an era.
You know, it's interesting you brought up this conversation, Mike, that, you know, back in the day she was referred to as a sex symbol. I'm assuming that is not politically correct to say anymore. We talk about legendary bombshell, iconic symbol of the 60s and 70s. But it's interesting, even later in life, I don't ever remember her. She kind of let those titles, you know, move forward, and she just talked about the work she had done and you know, on stage, in film, on TV, and also she started singing as well. Remember when she had the gig at the Hilton in Vegas?
Yeah, I laughed here because you're so good at it. I'm sure you noticed my hesitation on word choice. I wasn't quite sure how to land the plane on that and what is politically acceptable, right? But that is where we are in our times. But it goes to the impact that she had, right? It goes to impact in terms of that's how she was identified but she was able to move beyond that and really showcase her talent. You think about the moment that she performed with Cher. So she went from being this weather person all the way to being this iconic Hollywood symbol, who then also too was able to become like this hyphenate generation, this slash generation, these multi-hyphenate careers that we all have. When you think about her career, she was one of the first ones to do that. And I could not think about the iconic time that she was with Cher, right? Another legend of our time. Like, she really paved the way for what we'll call Hollywood starlets and what they're able to do now. It's really empowering, and that's why I'm really happy that we're celebrating her life versus mourning her life.
I agree. Raquel Welch passing away at the age of 82 after a brief illness. Mike Muse, thank you so much. You always put everything together with such class and grace, just like Raquel Welch.
A lot of you people had a lot to say about Raquel Welch, experts, people that watched her films, older people. Raquel Welch is older than my lifetime, my well span, but I still know who she is and what she brought. Raquel Welch will live on through her movies, through her fans, and through her family. And we want to send our condolences to the family of Raquel Welch at this time, and know that her work will live on through movies for new audiences and stuff. Thank you all for watching this edition of ours. We talk about the life and times of Raquel Welch. I've been your host, Kendra Diggs, saying so long, and thank you for watching. Wow.